Hey everyone, I'm Steve and I've been on a health and wellness journey for the past 91 weeks. I started back in May of 2024, 17th of May, and I weighed in at 429 pounds. That's 30 stone and 9 pounds. At my heaviest, I was 441 pounds, which is 31 stone 7. I was nearly literally bedbound. I was struggling every single day, having to take ibuprofen just to get out of the bed because the pressure on my joints was too much. In February, I started to explore the options of bariatric surgery, and then by the time we got to May, Mounjaro and GLP-1s had really started to become quite dominant, and so I was exploring this option and I started Mounjaro on the 17th of May. I took my first injection then. From there on in, it's been a bit of a roller coaster journey. I have what they call being a super responder. I have continuously lost, I've had some gains along the way, but I have, after 91 weeks, lost 237 pounds from my starting weight. That's 16 stone, 13 pounds, very, very close to being 17 stone. And it got me thinking a couple of days ago that actually I feel like weighing in now at 13 stone 10, it is the smallest I've ever been as an adult, but even as a teenager as well, I've never been this light. And there are things that I'm really uncomfortable with now, that there are areas, my shoulders for instance, where I'm feeling too much bonage, if that sounds right. And I know I can, and I'm trying to add a bit of muscle and definition in there as well, to make sure it's not all just skin and bones. But for me, I think I've gone a little bit too far. But the point of this video is really I'm going to stop taking the medications. I'm going to try and do this on my own now without the need to take any GLP-1s, for which I have been using as my support for the last 91 weeks. And it has absolutely done wonders for me. I'm so much more active. I'm so much more out there in terms of being sociable and wanting to go out and do things. I am up and about all day, every day, whereas when I started this medication, going to work, I would just about make it from my car to my desk, where I'd stay seated all day. Now I'm up and about, walking around, doing all sorts of things. So I'm absolutely grateful, but also at the same time, whilst I see the benefits of being on this medication, such as inflammation as well, and then monitoring other issues that I don't have anymore, I'm going to see whether my body has repaired itself enough to make sure that I am set for life. Now, I'm going to stick to my meal regime that I have, where I'm eating 3 meals a day of breakfast, lunch and dinner, which I never used to do before. It was always just 1 meal a day, right at the very end, right before I go to bed. So for me, it's about spreading the meals out, portion controls as opposed to just having one very big meal, and just making sure I'm drinking plenty as well. I'm going to see how I go. Now, I am, like I said, I weighed in yesterday morning. Yesterday morning for 192 pounds, which is a maintain from the previous week. So I'm going to give myself this idea that I want to stay under 200 and I don't want to drop below 185. So I've got a nice tolerance of 15 pounds either way. It's about just over a stone. And if I put some on, absolutely, I won't go and cry and hide myself in a corner. Absolutely not. Because like I said, I think I've lost too much weight. If I lose a little bit more from where I am, another 7 pounds, then fine, not a problem at all. I am doing more and more weightlifting and resistance training to try and build muscle up. So I should start seeing a little bit more of muscle gain, which will reflect in the weight as well, hopefully. And ultimately, my calories, I'm already at about 2,100. I've been upping them slowly over the past 3 or 4 months to make sure I didn't have the big losses of 4, 5, 6 pounds, which I had been having quite frequently. So if I can stay around the 2,100 calorie mark, I will be absolutely golden, I think. Anyway, so I've waffled for far too long in this video, but I just wanted to set out my stall, and I will be doing weekly updates as to how things are. Now, I know this medication has dampened that food noise up here, making me think about food all the time. It might come back, and it might come back with a vengeance. And if it does, I've got more in the fridge. It's not as if I've got nothing to go on. And if I need to start all over again, then absolutely I will do. But for me, I'm just going to try something. And if I see myself go up 15, 20 pounds, well, I'm still going to be over 200 pounds lighter than what I was. And I'm still going to be able to go out and do things. I'm still going to be so much healthier than what I was 91 weeks ago. But let's see what's going to happen. This isn't going to be posted for at least 4 weeks, because I want to get a bit of information behind it first, so it doesn't look like I'm failed. But anyway, stay tuned for the next update.